Welcome to Straight Outta Jersey. Today's podcast is brought to you by Ace Sunglasses. Go to acesunglasses.com.au to purchase some of the best shades around. Use promo code MRG30 and receive 30% off selected brands.
Straight Outta Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z. With the freak of New York, Gregg Valentino. And your host, Jersey Jay-Z.
All right, guys, it is Thursday. I am Joe Zapata with my boy, Gregg Valentino. What's up, Greg?
Giuseppe, nothing. I just did my one set of legs, and that's it, you know.
Oh, my God. We got biggest Momo. What's up, Momos? We love that picture you have.
That's because that thing is, I think there's a Momo, some sort of Momo thing, like a scary creature, and I think that's what that's from. That's actually like Momo.
Smalls, what's up, fellas?
What's up, Smalls? What are you doing?
What's going on? Miss Bell, 1388.
Bell.
What's up, Miss Bell? What's up, guys? Hope this is the real Miss Bell, because sometimes the fake ones come. Yeah, sometimes the fake ones come in, you know?
Yes, Ron Simmons.
Damn. Brian Pablo. What's up, Brian? Momo Thursday. What's up, man?
What are you doing, Brian?
John Scuderi, what's up?
John, what are you doing, brother?
Rossi, what's up, Rossi? What's up, boys? Biggest Momo, what's up, Brian? And then we got Daryl. What's going? Good evening, gents. What's up, Daryl? What's going on?
I remember.
Miss Bell says it is. It's her. Miss Bell says the real one, 100% real.
Well, the fake one's going to say that too. They're going to say, yes, it's really me. And then they start saying stupid things.
Marcos, what's up, Joe and Greg? I love you guys. What's up, Marcos? We love you too, brother.
What's going on?
Yes, what's going on? Hey, you see, Trump is pardoning a lot of people. That Christie person from that TV show just got pardoned.
What Chris?
Todd
Christie? His wife?
Yeah, Trump pardoned him. Did you see that?
Did he? I didn't see it. I was doing shit all day today. Yeah, no, I didn't see that. Let's Lucy used to watch that. The daughter would be kind of cute. She might have to lose a couple pounds for my taste, but she's like, she wasn't.
Everyone wants him to pardon that Joe Exotic.
Who? Oh, what's that guy with the snakes or the
tigers?
No.
The tigers.
Tigers.
The tigers, yeah, with the tigers and stuff.
I think you should fuck everybody and pardon Julian Assange. That's what I think. Because the government would shit if he did that.
So John Scuderi said, my girl is sick and forcing me to let her lay in my lap, so I'm tapping in while she sleeps. Okay.
That a boy. Give her a meatball wedge.
Keith, what's up? Momo Mafia in the house. What's up, man? What's up,
Keith? What you doing, brother?
Marco said, Greg, did you get your plane ticket to Alabama?
No, not yet. I don't know. I gotta see. That's all that shit is such a pain in my can, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? And there's no way, Dave. I'm not. Let me just tell you something. I talked to Jimmy and everybody. We're not going out there making assholes of ourselves on stage like Dave said. Oh, I want you to post down. Why doesn't Dave and John post down? Get in their skivvies and shit. I don't have no fucking post down. That's stupid, dude. Listen, guys. I love bodybuilding, but I love it as a lifestyle. I'm going to be a bodybuilder till the day they put me in the ground. Well, they better not put me in the ground. I want to go in the oven. I don't like the idea of being in the ground. But the thing is, I to fucking go to bodybuilding shows and stuff. I'm not, my day with that shit is done. It's not the same sport I fell in love with. And there's a few famous pros who I'm not going to mention who even have said to me, bro, you have no idea. Famous pros. So I'm just saying they're from the 90s and shit.
Keith said, I love Gregg Valentino on one leg workout where you do 72 sets.
No, what happens is, Dave, I don't know what the fuck, you have. First of all, when I said I usually get to the gym only one day a week do I train late at night. I only train weights 2 days a week. So it's one day a week out of the two. I get there, right, and it's Monday night, / really technically, when I get technical, it's after midnight, so it's Tuesday. But it's Monday night to my brain. And what I do is when I get there, I told Dave's like, what time do you leave? And I said, okay, I leave around 2:15. It depends when, I can actually get it done. Now, I do once, I explained it on the show, Amin, I guess, didn't get the memo, wasn't listening. I start off, I'm going to do chest, but I do it's not a workout. It's a fucking warm up for me, but I like to do opposite. Schwarzenegger used to do this, guys. Sometimes when Schwarzenegger would do biceps, he would do triceps to get like opposite. So I'll do a little bit of back, not a lot, just pull downs, I do it standing, and I do 30 to 40 reps, and I do like, 8 sets, but I do that 8 sets in like 4 or 5 minutes. I just keep, boom, boom, put the button, and I don't use a lot of weight. I'm not even using 100 pounds. Okay. It's my thing. That doesn't mean it's right for you. It's my thing. So that takes about, like I said, I do it in a certain amount of time. And after about, I don't know, 7, 8 minutes, I'm ready to get a little warm. Now I'm warmed up a little bit. So now I start my chest because that's what I'm there for. So I do my chest. The chest might take me half hour to 40 minutes. Depends on how fast I can get things going. And sometimes I feel like doing more sets. Sometimes I feel like doing less sets. Now, after that, I'm warmed up. And Dave's like, so tell me what you do. And I'm like, that's how I work. By doing my chest workout first and that little thing I do at the beginning. By the time I'm ready to do legs, I'm dripping sweat. Okay, so I'm all warmed up. Body's like the juices are racing and shit. So I do one set. I meant one set on leg press. I don't do squats. I do one set, and my quads are jumping. They're jumping more than any of those other guys. Okay, you know that, Joe. You've seen me. Blah blah blah. He knows it. Dave knows it too. Then I do my little thing on my leg curl. It's what I do. It doesn't mean it's going to be right for you guys. I tried to say it, but they're all like trying to calculate, like, time and everything. The legs take me about 20 minutes. It takes me about 4 minutes at the most on the leg press. It takes me a minute to take a quick swig of my drink, go lay on the leg curl, and I do 15 minutes on there. And my goal is I'm allotted 15 minutes. So in my brain, I can't fuck around. That's all the time you got. It's almost like, oh shit, I got to be at the doctor's office in 15 minutes. I can't fuck around. You got to get in your car and you got to go. So I get down on there and my goal is to accomplish 3 sets per minute to try to get a total of 45 sets in that 15 minutes time. That's my goal. So basically I do a set. I'll do 10 to 12 reps. Okay, I stop. I even do, I contract. We'll talk about it more, and then I go, and then I take like 5, 6, 7 seconds, go again, like that, and that's it. But for some reason that was funny, and for some reason guys were like on the attack for that. I don't get it, but whatever.
Yeah. Simply Deep 1985. Joe and Greg, what's up in the chat?
Hey, Simply Deep, what's going on?
Natalia, hi everyone. What's going on? Brian, perfect timing, brother. I'm on break. All right, Brian.
Attaboy, Brian.
John Scuderi said, Greg, I know exactly what you mean about Atlanta. Big, black, loud females with attitudes work there.
Joe and John, both of you guys, man, you don't know. I don't want to go to Atlanta. It's not just that. I don't give a shit as much. But every time I go there, last year, Lucia and I we landed in Atlanta from Alabama. We landed in Atlanta at like 1:30 in the afternoon, and our plane got in late, so we missed our flight. And they're like, "Oh, well, the next flight's tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, so you have to wait." And I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute! I'm not fucking staying in this airport for fucking 24 hours. Fuck that shit." You know what I'm saying? Like, not fully 24, but I'm not staying there that long. Finally, there was another airline. It was an American airline. They took us. And we got the fuck out of it. But every time, and it's not the first time it's happened in Atlanta. I hate that fucking airport. So I don't want to go there.
Marco says Dave is having a mental breakdown because he's single now.
No, Dave's loving. I think Dave's loving being single. Every weekend he's at shows. So that's,
Yeah. He said, I understand Dave's point. You guys are legends. It is awesome to see you guys just show some particular body parts against each other.
No, I'm not. Listen, Keith, I'm not there to do that shit. I don't want to do that shit. Jimmy does not want to do it. George will do it. You can talk George into anything, but I'm not going to stand up there. We're there to talk. I'm not there. We're lucky we're all there walking with walkers and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking going to be 65 years old. Jimmy's already 65. George is 67. You know what I'm saying? Tell Dave, who's younger. I'm more than 10 years older than Dave. Tell Dave to have a pose down with those guys.
Simply Deep says, doing good, guys. How are you about yourselves? We're doing good there.
Thank you, my brother.
Let's see who else we got on there. I'm trying to see who else we got. Wow, Dave Single, he says.
Yes.
Dan, what's going on? Dan, haven't seen you in a while. Hey, guys, Greg,
hey, Dan.
Just watch your video you posted.
I know, I'm not mad. It's like tongue in cheek. I go, I have to cut it down. And for me to cut that shit down, forget about it because I talk a lot. Go ahead, Joe.
John Mancini. Hey, everyone. Hope all's well. What's up,
hey,
John?
John, what are you doing, John?
What's going on? Biggest moment. So John said that he has better leg than Greg's. LOL.
No, he says his legs are more. I said on that show, John, your legs are not bigger than mine, and you know that. He's got, listen, I can get my girlfriend, if I diet her down, she'd have ripped legs too, but she's skinny. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's like a beanpole. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't, I don't, ripped legs mean shit to me. They got to be jacked and ripped. And mine are jacked and really ripped. You know what I'm saying? I said, but who cares? I don't care. I should never even show my legs now because now it's going to be a thing. And everybody, let me see your legs. Let me see your legs. You go on my Instagram for you people that want to see. You'll see me posing my legs in the gym. And it's a week or two ago like that,
Yep, exactly. You seem like a type of dudes that welcome a wild, fun scenario with your women. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
The wild side scenario, you said?
Yeah, fun wild side scenario.
Oh, yeah, baby. I love, dude, anything goes with me.
Natalia, we need Jimmy. Yes, Jimmy the Bull was on last week on RX.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Jimmy came on for a little bit.
He wasn't happy because Dave muted him. Trust me. When I talked to him after the show, that motherfucker.
Yeah. Dan said, I have to say the latest After Hours was pretty funny.
Yeah, because of Jimmy.
Because of Jimmy. Jimmy and you, Greg, and everything,
Yeah, thank you.
John Saldy. What's up, John?
Saldy,
hope you're feeling well. Hope you're doing well. He's doing all right, I guess. John said, sorry, boys, my internet just went out for a second. I missed everyone.
Oh,
what's up, John?
You didn't miss much, John. I don't shut up. The story.
What's going on? Hey, John Mancini, what he says, dudes, keep your women quiet during a wild hookup. And what does it say here? Something deep. Keep your wild hookup at some secluded area in your younger years. LOL.
Well, my girlfriend in my younger years, my girlfriend wasn't even born yet. She was an infant when I was already fired. My girlfriend's only like a year or two older than my son. You know what I'm saying? So, and I had my son when I was 30.
Yeah, and your mother-in-law is your age, right?
No, my mother-in-law's like 5 or 6 years younger than me.
Wow.
I'm older than her. She looks like an older man, but I'm actually.
And she just had her birthday too last week, right?
Your mother-in-law, right, Lucia? Yeah. Lucia just laughed when I said that she looks like an older man. she got really big tits, but they're in the back. You know what I'm saying? Girls with back tits, they're big back tits. She's kind of flatty with these big back tits.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be in the front.
Yeah.
You hear her laughing. She knows. She's like, I'm my mother.
Yeah, that's right. Happy birthday to her.
Yes. Happy birthday, beautiful.
Yeah.
The missing link.
Yeah. Yep. John Solly said, Jack legs. You're Jack legs. Yes, you did.
Thank you. But I noticed me sound fucking stupid because, the whole bodybuilding thing, bodybuilder is what we do. But I don't feel like, it's not like, I'm not like, bragging about him, or I don't feel like showing him. If I feel like showing him, I show him. If I don't, but I don't want to be forced to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes I do impersonations of people, and they'll be like, "Yo, Greg, do the impersonation," and I'm like, "No, it just has to happen sometimes. I gotta want to do it. You can't force me to do that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to get up on stage and stand there. Come on, let's go. Come on, pull down your legs. Yeah, Jimmy, look, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Neither does Jimmy. Does not. George, you can get George to do any of that, but Jimmy is not going to, Jimmy doesn't want to do that. You know what I mean? Even he was like, bro, Yeah.
I gotta be honest with Greg. You never even wear like regular t-shirts. You always are wearing, you always are covered up.
I have a small waist and a really wide back. You know that I have a really broad back and broad shoulders, but I don't care. Like, I don't want to, I'm not trying to, when I was younger, I'd fucking walk around in the winter in the mall, with the fucking jacket on your arm and shit, fucking staying half flexed and but I'm not young anymore, and I'm way better than that. I don't feel like doing that though. I'm no different than one of you guys in the comment section. Do you understand? I consider myself, I'm one of you guys. I'm not one of them. Do you understand? I don't give two shits what I've accomplished, whatever I've done, TV shows. I don't give two shits. Not two fucking shits. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm better than anybody. I say, I'm like George Steinbrenner. George Steinbrenner used to say, I'm a bleacher seat fan with a key to the clubhouse. That's, like I'm in the industry, I know everybody know Arnold and everything, but I don't give two shits. I don't give two shits about that. I'm no better than any of you fucking guys. I'm with you guys, I don't give a shit.
Brian said, Greg, the golden era legend.
No, dude, I'm a fucking Momo, trust me.
Yep, John Mancini said,
Brian, and so is John Mancini.
Lee is back from Italy. Yes, Lee
I talked
actually.
to Lee, Joe. I was talking to Lee when he was in Italy. He FaceTime. He FaceTime
Oh, yeah,
me.
FaceTimed you.
With him and Rosetta Mortati who's Derek Anthony's ex girlfriend, and now she's married to Alessandro Savi. They're really good friends of mine, and Lee was making them crazy out there. He was he's funny because Lee gets nuts, you know what I mean? And he's showing me all this shit, and he's up, he's saying the most insane shit, and they have to interpret to Italian because there's all the Italian, like all the IFBB Italian officials were all sitting at the table, and Lee
Oh,
and
really?
Lee and I are going back and forth, and Rosetta's like, and she's over there telling him what me and him are saying because we're saying fucked up shit back and forth.
Marco says, I feel that Dave is disrespecting you and Jimmy. Now he's inviting the liar Amon too, and now he's saying he's coaching kids. Guys don't do anything with the whole day, and now he's coaching kids.
Marcos, I'm not saying a word, but
that's right. Keith,
I'm not saying a word.
after all, you're famous as the man with the largest arms.
Yeah, I don't want to be known for that shit. Even the Rambling Freak was my persona, and that was like made me really fucking out there. But I just want to say something. I respect Armand because he wants to coach his kids. Because I'm going to tell you something. If my daughter, when my daughter was young, and my son, but my daughter, I was already divorced, so there was no wife with me. I went to, I fucking taught my daughter how to play. Fuck, I used to fucking shovel the basketball courts up to school with snow. We'd go up there in snow, and I'd go with a snow shovel so her and I could shoot baskets. And I respect Armand saying that he wants to help his kid, coach his kids, because you don't get that back. You want to go with a bunch of fucking momos like us out to fucking Alabama, stand there. Well, Dave's like, oh, take off your shirt, like that kind of shit.
Yep. We'll see.
Trust me.
Natalia said, let's see a photo of your mother-in-law. I showed her driving the boat last week. Remember? Natalia, I don't know if you were on last week, but I did show a picture of Greg's mother-in-law. I'll show it one more time, but this is the last time I'm showing it. This is Greg's mother-in-law, exclusive, driving the Mexican boat. I'm going to show you.
That's her.
That was her.
That's her after she shaved her goatee.
Oh, okay. All right. That was her. So that's Greg's mother-in-law. You guys didn't know that. All right. So, all right. What's the next one say? Greg's mother-in-law can be Jimmy's cleaning lady.
She could be. The problem is that Jimmy wants a sexy cleaning lady. He doesn't want that. You understand? He does want big tits, but not from behind. He doesn't want big back tits.
That's right. What did John Salty say? He said, so boys, getting my back stronger. Just talking longer than was. That's good. Your back is getting stronger.
Yeah,
John.
Boy, John Salty's my boy. Hey, you know what's funny? Listen, Joe, maybe you can help me. I don't know. Some guy listen, I think it's a small little movie bullshit, right? I don't know. And I don't even know if it pays. But there's a guy who's like a producer, doing like just a movie, probably a B-rated movie, but he's looking for a taller bodybuilder to play a type of role. He said kind of like a John Cena-ish. So he wants a guy. It doesn't have to be super jacked, but pretty built. You know what I mean? And taller, over 6 feet. 6 feet or over. You know what I'm saying? So if any of you guys out there fit that bill and you're in New York, that doesn't mean you're going to be in some big movie. I don't know. It could be just a B-rated fucking, but he got a hold of me and asked me to fucking find somebody. So, if any of you guys fit the bill,
maybe I know a couple people that I can see from my gym. I might know a couple people that might be that.
Yeah, Joe, I think it's just yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But you never know though. Sometimes these guys are producers now and they're making a little movie and it's a Chungab movie there, but who knows down the road that guy may one day be a fucking Steven Spielberg and shit.
Exactly. William Allen said, Joe, did you steal the WWE Wing Angle belt from Kevin Owens? Yeah, there it is right there. I stole the belt from Kevin Owens.
Oh,
that's
shit,
my official WWE belt.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a official belt. That's like $500 belt.
How much does something like that weigh, Joe? Is that heavy?
Yeah, it weighs probably about 6 pounds, 7 pounds.
Joe, you should get Tyrus on. Big Tyrus there. Is he?
Yeah, I know Tyrus. He's from Jersey,
Yeah, he is. Is he really? He lives in Jersey? You took it a big Tyrus from Fox News and shit, that Tyrus?
Yes. He's Jersey.
Is he in Jersey?
Yes, he is. He moved to Jersey recently because of he does stuff with the news or something.
Yeah, Fox.
Yeah, so he's over there.
I like him, the way he thinks.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Speaking of wild hookups at secluded areas, would you keep your woman quiet during the act or let her express herself?
My girlfriend's very quiet, so she's not gonna like I wish she was a lot more wilder, but she's not. She's fucking,
Mhm.
she's the kind, like, if I said suck that dick and shit like that, and she'll be like, shh. And I'm like, there's nobody in the fucking house. She thinks like the neighbors can hear that shit. I'm like, come on now. Oh, I'm lucky because she is quite the pig, and we do have sex every day, pretty much.
That's
Whether
good.
it's not always fucking, sometimes it's getting jerked off, you're making out, and that come, or sometimes she's sucking a dick, or fucking I'm eating the boxer, I'm fucking I'm getting the full fucking pounding it away. But there's some sort of sex going on. But she's not. I she was a whore before she met me. I just wish she would be a whore now.
Keith says, Greg, you're getting paid for the event. You're helping out, and the gentlemen who are having the bodybuilding show.
I am getting paid for the event, but I'm getting paid to. We're not there to like fucking make clowns of ourselves. Let Dave fucking pose. Dave's talking about how ripped he is, and let him pose. I don't feel like doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? You understand that? I'm there because my personality. That's what, dude. The Ramblin' Freak was the most read column ever in MD. Steve Bleckman used to, I've been praised for that shit and everything else. And even on Joe Rogan, when that guy Austin, what the hell's that guy's name? Austin Action, or what's that guy's name? Joe, you know what I'm talking about. Austin Bronson, Austin Jackson, Austin, whatever the fuck, where he told Joe Rogan, I used to read MD, Muscular Development, Growing Up the Rim, and Free Gregg Valentino, because but it's my persona. I want to be known for that. I'm tired of fucking I almost regret showing my legs, because then everybody's like, can I see your legs? Can I see your legs? I just want, I want to be there, and I want to have fun with the people, answer questions, take pictures, fuck around. You know what I mean? I don't want to be up there like, come on, get out here. Who's got bigger legs? I don't want to do that shit. And I'm not doing that shit.
Yep.
Neither is Jimmy. You're not going to get Jimmy to fucking drop his drawers, get up there, take his shirt off, and start posing down. He's not going to do that. He doesn't want to do that.
Miss Bell said, get nuts. He is nuts. I guess you're nuts, Greg, and you are nuts.
Oh, dude, I'm fucking. Joe's over there. Joe could put the phone. Joe will talk to me on the phone like this. Put the phone down. Go out with Morella. Have some food. They'll eat fucking. Morella will be, look, I made you spaghetti meatballs. Joe will be over there eating, watch TV, throw a fart, go to bed, and come back, pick up the phone. Yeah, I hear what you say. Put it back down. Go back.
That's Greg. Greg always talks. He always talks. He likes talking.
Much.
Anthony D, what's up, guys? Hey, guys, how you doing?
Anthony.
Yep. Marco says, say it, Greg.
You know the story. Dude, I love a whore. I do. I like a pig. I would never date a girl that's a virgin. If I was single again, who the fuck wants that? First of all, I love young girls. That's my problem. But who the fuck wants some girl that's sitting there like, oh my God, I just got about 20 likes on my Instagram. Oh my God. Like, I'd be like, oh my God. I don't mean to sound like an old man, like my father. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that shit you're listening to? Arnold Schwarzenegger's on TV. I don't want to be like that. My father wasn't an old crotchety old man, but I'm making more of it than this. But I sit there and I'm listening to this fucking music. My girlfriend listens to that reggaeton. It's the same beat with some guy. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? What is that shit? You know what I mean? Like, I can't, and he's fucking some guy just saying the same thing over and over. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? That reggaeton shit. It's the same it's the same song. They just, same beat. Some guy just, and I feel like an old man, you know what I mean? But I can't take some chick sitting there all day. Oh my God. Somebody just commented on my Instagram. You know what? I'm blocking them. Like, I'd be fucking nuts, and I don't like older chicks. So I'd be fucking single. I'd have to dress up my right hand.
Yep. Keith says, you guys are all being paid to come to the bodybuilding contest to attract more fans, and the fans want to see Valentino compete.
Well, Valentino's not competing. I could take out my fucking Picho Ligad that'll fucking get this, but I'm not doing that either.
Miss Bell said, Greg and George are the only ones that are that worth it.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Miss Bell. Thank you very much. I mean, I'm going to shut my mouth.
Brian says, hey, Greg, I apparently have a workout mate buddy that knew Lee when he was a kid. Going to ask him to confirm that. LOL.
Yeah. If you want.
Tell us the name. We'll tell they do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fucking Brian. I got to hook you up with Lee. I had Lee talking to Brian one time, and he was supposed to meet Brian, but they canceled the event where Brian lives because Lee lives in Newcastle. And I think Brian's in Sydney, if I remember. Am I correct, Brian?
I think no. Well, yeah, I think Lee's down by Newcastle.
What's mean? What's so mean?
That's what I mean. Other the one of your mother-in-law driving the boat. The video.
Dude, even my girlfriend's in the back laughing. She knows.
Dan was laughing. Ruben Sanchez, what's up, Jay-Z and Greg?
Ruben.
Hey, Ruben, what's going on?
What
I
are
got to
you
give you a call, Ruben. I've been so busy with these interviews and these wrestlers and been crazy with them. You know, been kind of busy right
I
now.
want to have fun with the fans. You know, Dave made the big joke the last time, you know, to show the whole originally before Jimmy came on, the show's thing was like Greg's making a big thing about going to Alabama, about going, you know, to the one airport, right? The Atlanta airport. Well, then Dave's like, you're just trying to get her to spend more money. Then Dave starts asking the rest of the staff, dude, do you want to go? Do you want to go? Hey, do you want to go? Do you want to go? You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. Who's fucking trying to get her to spend shit all? You know what I'm saying? Kabish, you know what I mean? Hello.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to spend all that money.
You know? And I love Dave, guys. I even said in the video, it's all in fun. He's breaking my balls. I'm just breaking them back. That's what we do. We both break. Go sit in an Italian fucking Christmas dinner or somewhere. Everybody's fucking yelling at each other. You know, Marie, I told you to put more meatballs on the plate. You know what I mean? Like, I told you not to use that silverware. Why did you use the good silverware? You know, they're like that. Ask John Scuderi. He'll tell you.
Yeah. Now, Lee's not going to the Alabama.
No, Lee's not going.
Because he would really be breaking balls if he was there.
Let me tell you something. Lee's like, you remember the movie, Joe, do you remember the movie with Clint Eastwood, right? You talk to Lee in the morning, he's normal. Yeah, slept, went out and trained in the morning and did this and that. And then you pop a, like, remember Clint Eastwood in the movie Unforgiven? Give me the fucking drink. And he takes a couple of drinks. The more he drinks, the more, like, all of a sudden the fucking William Muddy. You be William Muddy. Remember, he fucking, the gunslinger in him comes out. He becomes his fucking, you give Lee a couple of drinks and Dave Palumbo runs the other way. He was fucking stopping black people on the street. Yo, you see that guy? They have he's got, they got the video camera. Here, I'll give you a slice of pizza. He had a big box of pizza. He's giving tell that fucking guy he's a fucking loser and shit. Like, you an asshole. And you got this like black, like fucking homeless dude. You fucking asshole. You're a fucking asshole. And police like, here. And the guy's eating the pizza. He gives another slice. Gave the guy a whole box of pizza. It's the funny, because he gets crazy, Lee. You know what I'm saying? And the more he gets drunk, the crazier he had Jimmy fucking... Poor Jimmy's like, I'm not drinking, bro. I can't, I got to go catch a flight tomorrow. And before you know it, Jimmy was so fucking drunk because Lee kept pounding and ordering drinks. Jimmy, you got to drink it. Jimmy, if you love me, you drink it. And then Jimmy's like, bro, I love you. Just drink the fucking drink. And before you know it, now Jimmy's getting fucking where Jimmy's eyes were like slits and shit. He was like this. I'm sitting with him. You know what I mean? I'm sitting here. Lee's sitting on the other side. Jimmy's like, it was fucking, and Lee kept pounding. And every time Jimmy would turn his head, Lee would take his drink and put it there. And he'd be like, Jimmy, you're not drinking your drink. And Jimmy's like, I just drank the fucking drink. And oh shit. And they drink that one. And it was crazy. It was fun.
And Jimmy spent like $200 on a shirt or a jacket and he left it there.
Oh shit.
Remember that? The vest or something?
Poor Jimmy, he's funny. Yes, you're right. He left it in the hotel. I think Lee went and got it for him or something like that, right? Didn't Lee? I think Lee went up and got it for him. Yeah. Marco
says, but the point with Armand is that he's lying. He's saying that so people say nice things about him. I don't know.
Armand. Oh, Armand. No, I think he really wants to help his kid with the, listen, if that's what he's doing, I respect that. I think that's great for Armand. Your kid's only young once, bro. And you go to all he's at 100 other bodybuilding shows. It's not like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So I think it's great. I wish my daughter was young and called me and said, I have something to do on the 21st. I'd be like, fuck, I can't go.
Yep. John Mancini said, Kurt Angle, I heard it was at the Huracan in Windsor, Connecticut. Okay. I know all those guys are coming to New Jersey again on the 27th. I'm going to be with
them. He put me and Bob Bonham in the parking lot of Strong and Shapely Gym. He had me in one arm and Bob Bonham in the other. He had us in a headlock and shit. He's a good guy. I like Kurt. He's a pretty fucking good guy.
Yeah. Great wrestler.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to fuck with him. Tell you what, he could fucking fight even in the UFC. He would have been a badass in the UFC. He's a really great guy. We hung out all day. He was at the Strong and Shapely.
Yeah. Greg, John Solly said, Greg, remember my boy Scott Siegel? He was in the movie The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
Yes. I never met him, but he was a big guy too.
Was he the drug dealer guy?
Yeah, I think he was. Yes, he was a drug dealer.
Wow. Keith said, she looks like everybody's mother-in-law. Marcos, WWE have the worst rating. Did you hear Vince wants to buy it back? Did he really want to buy it back? They're not gonna let Vince.
Joe, I didn't
buy
even
that.
know Vince sold it. He sold it. Vince doesn't.
Yeah, because of all that problems he has. They got rid of him.
And meanwhile, his wife right now is one of the top dog up there in Trump's fucking. You know that, right? She's the head of the education
thing. Yep. John Mancini said, Marcos, WrestleMania, I heard, is in Vegas now. Yes, it's going to Vegas again. Yes. John Soy says, goddamn, Greg, you must love that TRT.
Yeah, I do love TRT. Of course I do. I only do legitimate TRT. You know what I'm saying? Like with a doctor and shit. Joe knows all about my doctor. It's a woman doctor. And boy,
your doctor's nuts.
Is she nuts? I can sit here and tell you stories about her. She's fucking wacky. But
Action Bronson, by the way. Action Bronson.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Put the video up too sometimes where they would, because Joe Rogan has talked shit about me. Yeah, that's the Synthol guy with the oil and all, whatever. I understand, whatever.
Yep, I know. We got Marco. So yes, John, I did drive Uber last WrestleMania and it was crazy busy.
Oh shit. That a boy, Marcos.
Keith, Greg, the guys to your right that should go in that movie.
What guys to my right?
The guys to your right. I don't know what guys to your right you're talking about.
I'm not sure what you mean, Keith. Which guys to my right?
Jim Rat 80. Dave loves black.
What? Dave what?
Dave loves big black dog.
That's funny.
Oh God, thank you, Jim Rat.
No, you guys, I'm not mad at Dave. I don't get mad. We're all friends. We fuck around. You got to fuck around. You know what I'm saying? He wants to bust balls. He's like an old Italian woman. And I'm like an old Italian woman. So I bust his balls back. But that doesn't mean I'm mad at him or any of those guys. I love them all. They're all great guys.
You know who I'm interviewing on Monday?
Who's that?
Diana Lynn. She was on The Sopranos. She was one of the Bada Bing dancers.
Oh shit!
The strippers. And she sent me a bunch of stuff like with her on the show, like, and everything. I actually have a couple of pictures I can show you. This is her with Tony Soprano and with James Gandolfini. And can you see it?
Yeah.
This is actually her. This is her.
She's cute. Is she Italian?
Yes.
She is Italian?
Yep. Yeah. She was one of the dancers she was on The Sopranos for like a couple seasons or whatever. But she's mostly in the Bada Bing stripping and doing that stuff.
Dude, that was the greatest show, bro. That was the greatest show. It's just I missed that show. That was a great show.
Yeah, that was a great show. What do we got now? Let's see. I'm trying to see where we left off here.
Right, yeah, Action did mention
Dave loves body count. Okay, Jim Rat. Dave probably wants the pose down for his documentary, John Mancini said.
Yeah, I understand, but don't get me started.
Riff Raff, Ranchero music. Miss Bella said, RX is all drama now. Well, I don't know.
Well, first of all, it starts at 12 in the afternoon. I told him, Dave, you start any fucking earlier, we might as well call it brunch with the boys instead of after hours. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Riff Raff said, I think Greg's legs look bigger than Larry's. They were. Greg's legs are bigger.
I'm not going to say anything negative. My legs were better than listen, I know my legs, I'm not going to get into it. My legs are good. My back is good. But I don't care. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't do it to like, I'm going to show you. If I wanted, I could compete. I could diet down and fucking compete in some sort of masters. And Dave wants that more than anything. Greg, compete. We'll follow you around. And I don't want to do that. I don't have it in me to even want to do that. Yeah, I got other fucking little issues that I got to deal with. That's the last of my worries. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like doing all. I lost my zip for bodybuilding. Like,
would you
for competitive bodybuilding?
Would you do it for $5 million?
For $5 million, Joe, I would blow you. I'd blow Dave. I'd blow all you guys in Times Square on the jumbotron. I would compete. I'd wear a jock strap up on fucking stage.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Ruben Sanchez. Ethan says, "What's up too?" What's up, Ethan?
What's up, Ethan? Ethan's Ruben's son.
Marcos, Dave is a troublemaker, Greg.
Oh, he loves to do that. I told you, he's like an Italian woman. Like, the Italian women, if you ever been at a table. Ask John Scuderi, he'll tell you. You go to Italian, they fucking yell, they can't talk normal. Marie, what'd I tell you? The bread, it's getting cold. Like they bitch about the slightest fucking thing. Why did you bring out the good forks? Why can't you just use the other fork? Bafangul, like that's the way they are.
Luciano, hey Zapata, Greg, what's up, Luciano?
What's up, Luciano? How you doing?
AR says, "Hey Greg, are there any issues between Dave and Lee because he disappeared from RX, but
No,
our other shows?"
no. You know, they again, just Italian woman type shit. You know what I'm saying? No, there's no issues.
Marco says that's why Lee is not coming to RX anymore.
No, he'll say that, but he'll be on. Lee's got other things he's handling right now. Lee's been in Italy for, you know, and he just got home, and he wasn't too happy with the plane ride. I don't blame him.
Mm-hmm.
What did
well, John said, seems like when Lee drinks, he picks on people, gets violent, then puts stuff in his ass in no particular way.
No, Lee doesn't get violent. He gets funny. Like he'll say the most racist, fucked up shit. Yeah, he does, and he doesn't mean he's not a. Trust me, he's not a racist. I mean, he used to live with. I think Chris Cormier and Paul Dillette and everything. He's not racist at all. He just plays. He plays around. But when he gets drunk, he gets funny. He gets more. He doesn't give a shit. He'll go out and say the most fucked up shit to the most fucked. And he loves to break Dave's balls. Dave kept saying to me, "I can't be around him. He's an angry drunk." Because he'll say, "Dave, you suck. You fuck," in front of everybody. He just keeps going and going. So then when they started the gallbladder shit with me, oh, Dave was like, "Thank you. Thank you." So he would feed Dave, Lee shit. Like, what's he doing with the fucking gallbladder? And Lee be like, the gallbladder, like that's how all that shit started. And it wasn't even the gallbladder out there. It was the fucking sugar because I'm diabetic. But whatever.
DC Long says, I pound pre-workout with hot sauce. I want my farts to hurt.
Oh, I don't eat anything spicy. No hot sauce. Oof.
Joseph, have you ever trained with Ted Arcidi? No, but I'm trying to get Ted Arcidi on.
No, I know guys. Yeah.
Michael Gillette says, what is the most impressive lift you've seen in the gym? I've seen a guy bench 405 for a 10. I can tell you what, Michael, I saw the worst injury at the gym. I could tell you a guy benched a little bit over 405 and was benching and ripped his entire chest. I just heard it was like paper. I heard,
dude, 405 for 10. I've done that shit. I did that before I was even on steroids. I have the fucking, I've shown you, right? I get the plaque. Do I have to go?
Yeah, the bench press plaque.
Yeah, the bench press. Joe saw. I mean, I won a bench show. It was 1987. I think it says it on the plaque, first base. Bro, I used to bench a lot. Believe me, I could bench a lot. But you know what's funny? With me, it just made my triceps bigger. You know what I'm saying? I hit my triceps. With chest, I like squeezing shit. You know what I'm saying? And more like cable stuff and everything else. But that 405, that's not. We had a guy in the gym, Joe Steinfeld, who's a good friend of mine, weighed 114 pounds, and he's like a dwarf. He's small. And he was a world champion, and he used to do triple body weight. I mean, he was doing almost 400 pounds at 114. And he wasn't taking steroids either. He wasn't taking steroids. He had short arms and stuff, but still. There's fucking, listen, Joe, oh, Christ, Joe.
Who are you talking about?
She's a good friend of mine. Lucia! I know you guys love when I do that. Heather, Dad, forget it. Heather Darling, my friend Heather Darling.
Oh, okay, yeah. Heather
Dude,
Darling.
I've seen her do fucking 500 for reps.
Really?
No, Heather Darling. Dude, you do it in fucking Strong and Shapely. Heather Darling would stand to do 500 for reps, bench press.
Wow. That's
she's
impressive.
A judge. She's a New Jersey. She's a judge. She's a legislator.
Yeah,
she's one of the New Jersey judge. She was a lawyer, and now Heather Darling.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wait.
Heather Darling, right?
Wait.
The one who's a judge, you're saying? She's a judge, right? Is it Heather something else, though?
No, wait a minute. What did I say, Heather? No, wait, that's Lucia, what's her name? What's the lawyer's name? It is Heather Darling.
Yeah. Keith said, totally agree.
I don't know why
I'm
saying this. She's my friend. I'm having a fucking like lapse. Yes, Heather Darling, yes.
Keith said, totally agree with you with the Atlanta airport. Supposedly that's the busiest airport in the United States. Yes. I think that is it. Newark's a horrible airport.
There. And you know what the worst part is? The fucking plane comes in. The plane's late already. The plane I'm in coming from fucking Atlanta's late. Alabama's late. Gets into Atlanta. And then fucking Joe, we arrive at like gate 20. And then we're looking at our fucking thing here. And we're like, okay, oh shit. Our plane's leaving in 15 minutes. And we got to be at like gate 80, 185 or some shit like that. So now you got to go fucking across the whole airport. It's horrible. I hate that. And there's savages everywhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't move. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. John said,
I would drive if it was closer and I had a better car and shit. I can't.
John says, yes, guys. Yes, I see him slots. He rents out some of our properties for sooner of his car collection.
Who's that, Joe?
I don't know. That's someone John said.
Who do you see, John? I'm sorry. We you and his
This
were
one.
behind.
Yeah, I didn't
No,
know.
I saw that, but I'm saying, who do you see? John, tell us who you see.
Luciano. Any plans of getting Dan Severn or Dan Fry on the show? Two legend badasses and sweethearts who have been put on a video for a while. The Dan talks to me.
Dude,
I've actually tried to get Dan Severn, but
I hung out with Dan Severn. Me, Dan Severn, fucking Mark Henry. You see the pictures of me, Bob Bonham. We had a good time. Dan Severn's a good guy. He's pretty good. Like his family didn't even know that he was doing all that UFC shit at first. You know, he would tell his wife he's going to just go manage a tournament or something, and he would fight. You know what I mean? Because he was into wrestling more so. You know, it was back then. But yeah, I hung out with Dan. He's a good man. And I did an interview with Dan Fry. He's a badass.
Jim Rat says, I feel like Greg should be on Joe Rogan. LOL. He should try.
I don't know. Whatever.
My brother's going to be with Joe Rogan. My brother George is going to be with Joe Rogan in about another 2 months.
Yeah, he's going to
UFC. Dana White and Kevin Iole. I mean, they're not going to be on the show. He's not going to be on the show, but he's going to be helping Kevin. And Joe Rogan's going to be in the meeting with them.
Yeah, Joe Rogan talks shit about me, but it's okay. I mean, look,
you know, my brother, there he is.
He doesn't know me. Where is he?
He's just right there.
He is, George. What do you say? Smash what?
Smash the like button. Smash the like button.
Oh, smash the like button.
Ruben Sanchez, are you guys good with Lee Labrada?
Yeah, man. Lee Labrada was here with me, at my place in 2000, in 1988, 2 weeks before the LA Mr. Olympia. Lee Labrada was here. Matter of fact, he was with Robin, who was at the time, I don't think they were married yet. That was his girlfriend. And remember, Joe, I think I told you I was driving him in and I was talking to him. And I was turned like this, and me and him are talking, and I see Labrada's like this. And my friend Lenny, who's sitting in the fucking front seat, jumped over and grabs the wheel because I was into the oncoming traffic. I wasn't paying attention. Jesus. Labrada's like, can you let him drive?
My brother said, Greg, what the F is with Boningo and Cash? Raising eyebrows.
But Bongino and Cash Patel. No, they're doing good shit, man. They're doing good shit. I love Dan Bongino and he's talking about Cash Patel. Oh, they got a clean house. It's that house is really fucked up. I mean, you had a president here doing shit. They don't even know, like, half the shit. He pardoned people, did all these things that he doesn't even know. You know what I mean? If you said to him, did you pardon Joe Matarazzi? I didn't pardon him. Yeah, you did. Somebody else had the magic pen and was doing that shit, and they're going to try to get to the bottom of that. But I don't know if you want to get political.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
But trust me, George, it's going to be a good thing. Bongino's a badass, too.
Yeah. John said, when I used to go to the cancer hospital, a nurse was like, I got implants, look, and took them out.
John.
Yes. John said, yes, Bada Bing was on Route 46, Satin Dolls.
Satin Dolls, yeah.
Satin Dolls, yes. Satin Dolls it was. Satin Dolls, famous place. You know, that was owned by Anthony Carandelli, but he got arrested. He was with the mob.
No shit.
He got arrested. Yeah, it was a big mob place.
They're all mob. You can't own shit like that. It's like owning a garbage disposal company. You know what I mean? You got to be mob related. But I love strip clubs. John Saldi. I love strip clubs, bro. I do.
John Scudero says, what these guys got to realize is Dave is like Howard Stern and stir it up makes him laugh. Yes, that's why he calls it the Whack Pack.
Yes.
Because he likes to be Howard Stern. The Ciprianos was a classic. I guess the Sopranos.
Sopranos,
yes.
Come on, John Mancini. You got a nice Italian name. We got to get that right.
Yeah, exactly. I think Boningo and Cash are not showing their hands. Don't want to tip off the bad guys. Only thing I can say of war is based on deception.
Yep. They know what they're doing. Both of them know what they're doing. Bongino and Cash Patel know what they're doing. Trust me, you got to trust them. Cash Patel's been in there for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And Bongino, that's the man. Those two together, you'll see what's happening. You know, you're going to see a lot.
John Salty said, used to go to Carlos once in a while, and a friend of ours got stabbed and killed in the parking lot of Satin Dolls.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Oh shit! You mean Carlo Filippone's or Carlo? Is there a restaurant Carlos? Is that what he's talking about? Carlo
Maybe.
Filippone's?
Yeah, probably
Because I
Carlo
used to go to
Philippone.
I used to eat all the time. I used to eat with Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie, I used to meet with Ronnie, and that's when he was. Remember when Ronnie was dating Alti Batista, and they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and he used to go there all the time.
Hmm.
I used to sit there and eat with him. He'd eat. I'd see him eat spaghetti and meatballs, then eat rice, then eat fucking other shit. I was like, holy Christ, can he pack that in?
Michael wants to know, Greg, do you know why Victor Richards did not compete?
He did compete. He was a pro. He was an IFBB pro. He didn't compete a lot. Victor couldn't pose or anything, but I'm going to tell you something. That fucking guy was so big. I've seen Big Ramy in person, all those guys. There's never been anybody like Victor. If you gave Victor Richards the drugs these guys are taking today, I mean, he was like that in 81, 82, 83, like that. You're talking, you know what I mean? Victor Richards was a monster.
Mhm.
Trust me. Him and I don't always see eye to eye, but I give people their just due. The guy was a monster. And,
Mhm.
and I got to throw this in here too. Let me tell you something. Dave Palumbo in his prime was a monster. Was big. Was fucking big. Could hang with, as size wise. Now I don't know about his structure, but his size wise, he can hang with any one of these mass monsters. He was fucking big. I'm just gonna tell you. I knew Dave.
He was.
Over 300 fucking pounds, and he was never fat. You know what I'm saying?
John Solly says, "Hey Joe, can anyone go to that wrestling show in New Jersey coming up?" Yeah, John, you can go. I could probably get you in, but everything. I'll be in the back with the press passes with the wrestlers, so I'll be with them privately. But then you guys can go and get autographs with them and stuff. But yeah, anyone can go.
WWE? WWE?
It's WWE wrestlers, ECW. All these wrestlers.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, I don't know anything about the wrestling.
Yeah, there's a couple big shows coming up, and I'm going to be going there. What did George said? Yes, all good, John. May have an opportunity to fight for a PA championship in November. Stay tuned. I've been quiet lately. I'm doing work in Vegas with Kevin and UFC. Yes, George has been doing a lot of stuff with Kevin and UFC and
that boy
and all that
George.
stuff. So it's good stuff, really good stuff.
Good for you, George.
Anthony D, Greg, in your prime, how was your diet? Did you eat the normal bodybuilding foods?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, Anthony, I ate when I wasn't going to compete, I pretty much ate anything. You know what I mean? Because when I was young, I was 20s and stuff. I could eat whatever I want. But yeah, I did the same. Skin. But you know what the worst part is? I was with the guy who trained me. With just two people who actually helped me. Bob Gruskin, but the guy who really trained me was Peter Neff, right? And because Bob Gruskin was just would help out with Peter, but Bob was into drugs and everything. But the thing is that Peter was a natural bodybuilder. Peter's the one who actually taught Dave Palumbo how to train, and he had me microwaving chicken. Do you know what that shit was like?
Tastes
Microwaving chicken and microwaving fish. Do you know what that shit tastes like? With no seasoning, just microwave. I remember I used to have to I'd eat the chicken and then have to wash it with water and then eat the chicken. And he had me eating so much salad with just vinegar on it that my lips would fucking getting like pickled and shit. It was fucking, you know what I mean? But I got ripped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that was horrible. That was fucking horrible.
But they didn't have good protein back then.
No. You're talking, forget about it. You know what I mean? It was not, they didn't have protein. It wasn't like it is today. I mean, I remember when amino acids came out. They were like amino acids, Unipro, Mike Zampano. Unipro. Mike Zampano also wrote this Underground Steroid Handbook. Everybody thinks it's just Dan Duchesne. It was not. Dan Duchesne and Mike Zampano wrote it.
Wow. Skip. Hey, Skip Mulligan is back.
Skip,
hey, Skip,
I remember.
what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Luciano, Greg will compete for the right price. In the words of Ted DiBiase, everybody's got a price.
Damn right.
That's
for
right.
For the right price, Luciano, you'd be shocked what I would do.
And Ted DiBiase's son might be going to jail, believe it or not. So that's up there. So we'll see what happens. What we got? Marcos Humberto injecting peptides in the show. I don't know who that guy is on the show.
No comment.
Keith, you are an inspiration for your age and your ship you're in. That's not very common. It's actually incredible.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that, Keith. I do. But I'm not I'm not trying to shove it in people's face. I don't care or do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Even if I have so many interests other than bodybuilding. See, some of these guys are just like they wake up in the morning and they check to see what's new on bodybuilding.com or whatever. I'm not I am so far from that. It's not even funny. I train for me. But when I train, I still train with that mindset like I'm 21 years old, and that's what I was trying to convey to Dave, but he wasn't really getting it. But, that's, I train very hard and I drip sweat, and even in the winter, but I don't feel like, I'm not better
Legs
than.
you do at 2 a.m, right? Legs is the one you do late.
Yeah, because the reason why I do it at night is because I can't have anybody talk to me or be on the machines or anything. There's nobody in the gym. And when there is somebody in the gym, the first thing I ask them is I say, listen, I'm going to do the leg press. I'm going to do the leg press. Do you need them? Because I'll wait. And then they'll, if they need them, I let them go first. I don't, I don't want to hog the machine. If somebody asks me to work in, I will never say no. But I can't do it when I'm doing that shit. I will have to redo it all. My brain is like, I didn't do it. Now I have to redo it. Do you understand? And I have a system that I do. And it's better for me to just be alone and leave me alone. I talk a lot, as you might know. So even when I'm working out in the gym, I can still talk between sets and stuff, but not when I'm doing that. That's the one thing I can't fuck around with. When I'm doing back on Saturdays and shit like that, and I go at 4 in the afternoon, and everybody's there. The Yankee game's on. We're fucking, we're all talking, we're laughing. I'm working out, and but I don't. And that's when I do my back. I don't do my back on Mondays. That little thing I do is just a warm up. It's my brain. It's the way I like it. You don't have to do that. But if you ever want to get a really crazy pump, go on a machine. Like let's say you're doing triceps, go on a machine. Or let's say you can do biceps. Go on a cable when you walk in the gym. Come in and do like V-bar press downs. Do like 30, 40, 50 reps. You got to make it burn, but you got to do them strict and get a pump. And then wait 5 seconds to do it again. Do like 5 quick sets. Get a pump in there. Just a pump. You'll get it burned, but a pump. And then go start your biceps. Watch how fucking your arm pumps up. You won't even believe. You'll be like, holy. And do the opposite. If you're going to do triceps, go in there, go on a machine, not barbell curls. You're not trying to, just a machine curl, and just do some like really pumping. Get like 20, 30, 40 reps. You know what I mean? Put it down, wait 5 seconds, do 20, 40 reps again, put it down. By the time you get that nice bicep pump, a little bit of a burn, start your triceps, watch how your triceps get pumped. That's what I do. It's something similar to that. And I got that from Arnold. From Arnold, I got that. He didn't tell me first, but I know about it. You know what I mean? I seen Arnold train in the gym, but I was just a Momo in the gym. So, whatever.
Keith said, Joe is to your right. He should go to the movie. Oh,
Joe's to my right. Wait a minute.
He's talking about me. We're talking about the guy, the movie, looking for a jacked guy for the movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they want somebody like that. He's
taller.
He wants somebody like real, like kind of tall, over 6 feet or over. That's what the guy's saying to me. Yeah, I don't know if Joe would want to take his shirt off and run around like but that's up to Joe. But
that's not me.
I could hook you up with him, Joe, but I don't.
That's not me.
He wants, and I don't know if he's paying.
John Saldy said, spoke to Anthony Buys last Saturday. He's down in South Carolina. I remember he used to go up to the store in Carmel Docks and saw you 10 plus 15 years ago.
Yes, I was up there with I was up there with Dave. I was up there with Guy Cisternino, and I was up there with what's his name, PJ Braun. Before Cisternino was a pro, before PJ Braun was popular doing the supplements.
Yeah, George said, for those who don't know, Kevin Iole is one of the biggest MMA journalists and is in the Hall of Fame for MMA.
Yeah, I know that, definitely. Kevin Iole's been around forever.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's been around doing all that kind of crazy stuff. What was it? Said Zapata, whose ass did you kick? I saw the belt in the back. This one, I beat this one for this belt. I was able to beat Greg's mother-in-law. I pinned her.
Joe, I love you, but you'd never beat her. She'd sit on you.
I couldn't even get my arms around her.
She'd sit on you. You know what she would do? How she would knock you out? She would do the Rikishi. She'd spread those ass cheeks. There's probably a jungle of hair in there. And she'd fucking shake it like this on your face. And you'd be like, I give up. I give up. You tap. You'd be like this.
Yeah. She reminds me of, you remember the little Rascals? Yum Yum, eat them up.
Oh, you remember that? Yes, I do. Yum Yum, eat them up, yum yum.
One of those big, like,
shit. Yeah,
the natives with the bone in the nose.
Yeah, the native with the yum yum, eat them up. Oh my God, you remember that? A lot of people would have no idea what we're talking about.
Probably not. No, I loved the little Rascals as a kid.
Dude, that was my favorite.
I used to love the yum yum, eat them up.
Eat them up, eat them up, yum yum, eat them up, eat them up.
A lot of, Alfalfa actually in real life he was shot and killed.
You
know that?
Yes, he was shot and killed. I forgot why. Was
over
it
a dog, I
gambling
think.
or something stupid like that? Or,
Something stupid
yeah,
over
something
gambling.
stupid like that. Yeah.
And he was young. He was like 20, 21.
He was young. Yep. He was killed. A lot of those guys died
A lot of
like
those guys do that.
bad ways.
Chubsy Wubsy died because he was so fat and he had a Chubsy Wubsy.
I think he had a heart attack young or whatever,
Yeah.
something like that. Chubsy, I got a grease wheezer.
Don't call me Norman. Call me Chubsy Ubsy.
Oh, Mrs. Crabtree.
Miss Crabtree.
You're even prettier than Miss McGillicuddy. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Don't call me Chubby. Norman. Remember? Friends, Romans, and countrymen. He was reading it off. He wrote it all down on a play. He wrote it down on a shirt and is lifted up. And he's like, friends, Romans, got their mothers just sitting there for Norman. Dude, I remember that show. I used to watch that because when I was a kid, that shit played all the time. You know, today,
it was always on.
They have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah. Remember Buckwheat when they used to do the play? Oh, yeah. Romeo, here I is.
Here he is. Buckwheat. That today we can say, oh my God, that's so racist.
Oh yeah, a lot of that shit wouldn't happen.
They gave a lot of black people, like Hollywood parts. Those people made money. They got good parts and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Farina, remember Farina? I'm still not sure. Was that a guy or a girl? What the hell was that?
I don't know. Farina, I don't know. Remember Stymie? Stymie was addicted to
Stymie was Stymie.
Yeah.
He got the
Spanky and Darla were the only two that kind of were.
What about Butch? Remember when Butch was fighting and they had the fucking boxing glove? They were behind the curtain and they would take the boxing glove like this and Butch would be like there to go ready to hit fucking Alfalfa and the curtain it would hit. And remember all that shit?
Yep. Little Rascals, Three Stooges I used to love.
Oh, I loved Three Stooges. Forget about it. They were my favorite.
And the Honeymooners too.
Look here. Right here, baby. You know what I'm bringing out, right?
I have a feeling you're bringing out the little curly statue.
That's right, baby.
Little curly statue. Let me see. It actually looks like you.
That's the whole idea. Look, wait. Whoa! Sorry.
There it is. It looks like you.
Look.
Yeah, look at that. It looks like you now.
Look.
Yeah, say Momo's.
Look, I drew the little shit there. You know, like this little shit on there. Look, that's Curly from the Three Stooges. I love that.
Exactly.
I love it.
How's that little gallbladder on that doll? On the statue.
Wait, did it get?
How's his gallbladder?
Wait, look. Oh, hold on, I can't. The fucking sunglasses won't stay. But look, he's got the big. Or I can't get my finger in there. Can I? My finger's too fat. I was gonna do the big piece of legon. That's my guy. Look at him. He's so cute, isn't he? Isn't he cute? Come on, guys. Isn't he cute? Look at him.
He does. Looks just like you. Now, do you have one of your mother-in-law statue?
This is her. No, no, I don't have an elephant here. I don't have the Yeti, the abominable snowman.
Oh my God.
She shot.
Yeah.
She shot. Holy Christ.
Let's see. Luciano said, Greg talks more than a Baptist minister. Just kidding. I like Greg. He's a good guy.
Thank you, Luciano. I just like to have fun. You know what I mean? I like hanging out with you guys. When I go to the bodybuilding shows, Steve Blackman used to give me the ticket, because we get in there. The only time I sat there was with Triple H and Dave and stuff. But then because we all went out to dinner. But other than that, I'll never sit in those shows. I used to fucking hang out backstage and fucking bullshit with the guys. Then I would not go at night. You know what I mean? I would go during the day or, I'd hang out with the people because I can't stand it. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, Dan said, I used to love watching the Three Stooges Saturday morning as a kid.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Three Stooges.
Abbott and Costello, too. Remember them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it had to be Mo, Larry, and Curly. I didn't like Shemp too much.
No, Mo. Shemp, okay. No, I didn't like that. Later on, Crazy Joe Besser and all those.
There was, Joe
Besser. That shit, you know what I mean? And Shemp, Shemp was original, I think, and then came Curly.
Yeah, exactly. Shemp was, and then he got rid of him, yeah. The Three Stooges Marathon is on every year, I see.
Yeah, I love that. I love watching that shit.
Yeah. Will Allen said, I sit and watch I still watch All in the Family. Now, that was a great show. But that could not fly today.
That and the Jeffersons and all that shit.
Sanford and Son.
Wow. And you know what's funny? Meathead is still fucking anti-Trump and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's like really big anti-Trump. He's still liberal, just like he was on the show.
John Mancini said, Trump should pardon Greg's mother-in-law.
John Mancini, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, he should, partner.
Yeah, he's got to fucking, shoot her first with a tranquilizer, right?
You shouldn't be called a mother-in-law. She should be called something else. I mean, like a Yeti-in-law, a fucking, their Link-in-law, like the missing link.
Yeah. Shemp was actually Mo's brother in real life. Yeah, and so was Curly.
So was Curly.
So was Curly.
Everybody
Curly,
thought, yeah. And Larry was their cousin, Larry Fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Larry Fine was,
he was their cousin, and Curly was the brother. Curly was actually a ladies' man, and he was actually a pretty good fighter. But the thing is, he died young. I forgot what the fuck he died from. He died doing that show. He wasn't that old. He looked a lot older. It's just like, dude, I watch Sanford and Son, and did you know, like, when Fred Sanford, he was like 50 something years old when he was doing that.
That's right.
Like, this is the big one, Elizabeth. I'm coming to see it. You remember Fred Sanford?
Mm-hmm.
He was like only in his 50s. Red Fox, he was like in his fucking 50s when he made that show. He looked like he was fucking 80,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm way older than he is.
Yeah. That was all they put his makeup and stuff to make him older.
Yeah, I think, it was just back then heavy living, and he did all that gray hair and shit. He fucking walked with the limp and everything.
Yeah, he was crazy. AJ88 says Greg's mother-in-law is the missing link.
Yes, she is. She is the missing link. Mm-hmm. And we want her to continue to be missing, but unfortunately, she keeps finding her way back.
Mm-hmm. I still watch the reruns of Sanford and Son.
Oh, dude, I love Sanford. I love all that shit. All the old stuff. The Munsters, the fucking... All that shit's black and white when I was young, you know what I'm saying? The Munsters, the fucking...
Did you like The Odd Couple?
I did when I was younger. Like, now I look back at that, I'm like, you know what I mean? I did when I was younger. You had no choice. You had to watch. Remember, there was nothing on TV. There was, channel 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, and 11. You know what I mean? This is 13, but that was bullshit. What I'm saying is you had no choice. And then it went off the air at like 10, 11 o'clock. Yep. So you had no choice. If you didn't watch one of those shows, you watched nothing. So, I watched all that shit. And I look back at it now, I could never watch. Couldn't watch that. I couldn't watch Happy Days, none of that shit.
Yeah, I could. The one show I hated as a kid was that show MASH.
Oh, I can't stand that show.
I hated that show.
Sometimes I didn't watch it willingly, but I when I was young and shit, younger, my family be watching that shit. See, I kind of had no choice. When you were young, we had one TV. We had a black and white. If you see that pictures of me, go to my Instagram, look at the pictures of me when I was a teenage bodybuilder. You'll see my Yorktown High School football helmet there. For when I played football, and a black and white TV set. It was a small one like this.
Mm-hmm. You still have that black and white TV in your bedroom?
No, that's another TV, but it's like that. Yeah, I use it as a noisemaker. I can't wait. I have the T-shirt. That's the one where Lee Priest was sleeping on my bed, and then Jimmy's trying to talk to him, and he's like, "What? I can't hear you."
Well, Greg, we're over an hour in.
I can't believe that.
It goes by quick,
Yes,
so I got to wrap it up here. I got stuff to do. John Mancini, thank you. William Allen, thank you. Simply D.
Thank you, guys. All you guys.
Luciano, Dan, AJ, Skip. We haven't seen you in a long time. Keith, John Scuderi.
BJ Penn, stop doing drugs. That's what that's all about.
John Saldi, of course, our brother John Saldi.
John Saldi, I hope you feel better.
Windward Attack. We haven't seen him. I hope he gets better. Ruben Sanchez. All you guys, Joseph, DC Long, everyone, Marcos, Miss Bell, of course. Thank you guys all. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in every week. Greg, I will talk to you in a little bit, brother.
Yes, my brother. I'll talk to you. I love all you guys. All right. Thank you for being here.
We're going to do our leg workout soon. All right, guys? Watch your leg workout.
When I get in the gym together, then we'll show you some shit.
Then
you're going to start growing.
Mm-hmm. Love you guys.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.